Women never cut dudes off. First of all,
fellas, my gosh,
there's always another ninja. Fellas, always remember that.
Jeez.
I'm gonna be honest though, man. If this was you're not gonna agree with me, ladies. If you wanted to work, you're gonna have to cut some ninjas off, because as long as you have the backup ninjas, you're gonna act as if you have the backup ninjas, and you're not gonna give that man 100%. You're not. There's no way you talking to 4 guys right now, and you're giving one of them 100%. It's gonna be 25, 25, and 25.
I agree with you.
To an extent, I feel like if there's a guy, usually, like I said, I feel like it's always going to be like maybe one person that you kind of gravitate.
Okay.
For some women, gravitate a little bit more towards, and so I feel like
it'll be 40, 20, 20, and 20.
Maybe more like 60
Maybe
than,
like
and then one guy might
80,
get 20. The one guy
You're
might
not
get
giving.
15.
You're not talking to 4 guys and giving one of them 70.
First of all, I am
or
not
80.
talking to 4
That's
guys to begin
impossible.
with.
Yeah, ain't nobody talking to 4 dudes. That's too many.
You know what?
4
is too much.
I think CMarty got this. I don't even got to really say too much, because you already getting in y'all's ass.
Yeah,
He ain't
Nobody said. What you
I've
mean?
been around the block a few
So
times.
can I-
No, hold on now.
Y'all ain't that much different from the next one.
Oh, please.
So let me hop in here real quick. I don't really gotta say too much, because CMarty got my back tonight. I'm liking this energy. I'm liking this energy.
They like to stir the pot.
That's what it is.
Yeah, they like to stir the pot.
Yeah.
But can I say
talking to 4
something?
dudes.
Can I say something?
That's because he's talking to 4 bitches. That's why.
Exactly.
If I'm being honest,
Keyword being honest.
I'm always
Keep
honest.
Like
I'm
8
always
women on his
honest.
roster.
I don't even
A
move like
human
that.
charcuterie tray. Everybody get a little piece. You're like, I got brie, I got cheddar. I got crackers. You can have
Can I go
whatever.
ahead and talk now, or is this gonna be the Shanita and Destiny show?
I'm sorry for my outburst.
Good girl. You see, I like
Don't
that right
do
there. Good girl. All right, camera on me, Alex. I'm gonna be honest, fellas. You should never cut off your roster.
Whore.
And you know why that is? Because women like men that other women want.
No.
And I hate for it to be this way, but it is
fact,
what it is.
bruh.
I
It's a
mean,
fact.
and fellas, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Patrice O'Neal gave this fire example. It's like when you have a company, let's say you have the best secretary in the world, and the secretary being your girl. If your girl decides to leave you for whatever reason, can the company stop functioning? Absolutely not. Now, I'm not saying that you should be every girl or dealing with every girl, but bottom line is always be taking applications. Keep your skills sharp. Learn how to talk to women. Flirt with other women. You always should be able to go out there and hunt if necessary. Now, do you want to have sex with these girls? Probably not the best idea, but you should have the option to. And here's some game on the girls, and as CMarty alluded to, women never cut any of their guys off. There's always a guy that you don't know about in the background doing something. If you really want to know what a girl got going on, check the phone. I promise you, it's always something in there that you would not want to see. Whether it's Instagram, whether it's an ex in the background, whether some niggas that she met out in the open. Girls always have some kind of secret ninja in the background that she knows where she gonna go if y'all mess up.
And sometimes it ain't secret. Sometimes it's the basketball coach, or you know what I'm saying, somebody around, the nigga at the gym, the trainer. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point,
It's
CMarty.
usually somebody around that you
Mhm.
don't even know, and you looking stupid in his face.
That's a
Wait,
great
that
point.
happened to you, CMarty, where you was over here like playing that role and
Yeah.
looking other niggas in the face going, that was your role?
You said doing what?
So that was your role where you was like the person, you know, you the trainer, and then you were with somebody else's girlfriend,
So
and you
what
like,
what I'm gonna say is,
oh,
What he about to say
don't be
is,
capping now. Come on.
what I'm gonna say is, I don't play that role, but if I wanted to, I easily could. I could say that. But that did happen to me before. I got used before. I can tell y'all the story.
I love stories. Go ahead.
Story time.
I love stories.
But she can't. Yeah.
What happened?
What happened? I love stories. Wait. Let me give a cup.
Sorry, I don't want to take the show away from TK.
Go ahead,
No,
bro.
keep
Go
going.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Put us on game.
Go ahead.
I had
I'm
this
ready.
girl come train with me. She paid for a full month. She came to like 2 sessions, and
She got
then
paid.
I had run into her like at the club outside, and like we went home. I hit that night, and then she went ghost after that. And then I never like I was blocked. I tried to text her, call her, like nothing. I took her home after I hit her, like I took care of her. And then she came to the gym like a couple months later, pregnant with her dude, and I was like, oh, okay, well,
Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I was the other guy in that case, but I guess
mad at her
she
man.
went exactly. So
and you know what? It could have been one or two things. It could have been that CMarty, she was eyeing CMarty from a distance for a very long time, and like he might have just been her type, or as Shanita was just saying, the stars aligned for the right time. Her man pissed her off. She's having a bad day. Whatever the case is, and CMarty was the closest there in proximity. Whatever the reason is, girls are not stupid. They always know where they're going to go if something breaks off.
Yep.
Y'all going to allude and say, oh, no, that's not true. Yes, every single girl knows. That's why I think it's always so difficult and different for women to have male friends, because I think, as Chris Rock says, a shoulder to cry on becomes a to ride on. Ooh. And you just can't, you can't trust that.
Hey, yo.
Where the bomb at? Come on, CMarty, you slipping,
Second
bro.
page. That's great. I like that.
Alex, what you got going on? What you think about? I don't even know the question I asked.
I said what I said. I said don't. Not until like it's made official, because you could cut everybody off and give this one person everything. Meanwhile, he might be leading towards you, and then he has another situation going on, and then you left high and dry, and then what? Now you single, lonely, and no options.
But hold on, can I ask you a question? Here's the question. Do you think who do you think in the relationship, who's more likely to cut their roster off, the men or the women?
I feel like the woman.
Women. You better say stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
You think the men?
Men?
Y'all
ain't
ain't
no
little
scrub
of attention. Y'all fall in that hole. Are you kidding me?
Are you being serious? Like let's
serious?
keep it. Hold on, let's keep it a buck. Most dudes are beta and in the first place. So what does a girl do when she comes to your life? She's going to say, "Oh, you better be talking nobody other than me. You better call these other hoes off." And most men are going to oblige.
Yeah, most men listen.
Yes.
No.
They'll tell you that before actually do it. No.
Yes. Do you not understand that most women are most men are ruled by their women? Most men don't have any kind of background or spine. And honestly, most men don't have most women in the first place to deal with in the first place. So what's your point?
Once men get in a relationship, their leverage is gone. The woman has all the leverage.
Facts, bro.
So the nigga's cutting his hose off.
Now a woman will tell you to cut your hose off while simultaneously keeping her hose. And she'll think because she's not having sex with them or she's not in regular contact with them that they're not a hoe. But if they're even in the background remotely,
still a hoe.
If she still has contact with them once, twice a year, it's still a hoe. Because no man's going to turn down the opportunity for potential sex in the long run. Men are like Marine Corps snipers. We sit there and wait for the perfect time to shoot. A woman can always give away some pussy. Never forget that. But a man, in order to get some vagina, we have to actively go out and hunt, be attractive, actually be around women. It's a lot harder for men to get women than it is for women to get men, at least sexually.
That's a fact.
Ladies, any rebuttals?
It's too late for you. I can't say nothing.
Okay. Hold on. So answer the question though, Shanita. Who do you think is more likely to cut their hose off in a relationship? Is it a man or is it a woman?
You said, wait.
Who's more likely to cut their hose off entering a relationship? Is it man or is it the woman?
I think a woman.
The woman.
I think woman.
Yep.
I feel like a man's still going to keep something around. Just it's just still in the beginning. Let me just be on the safe side. Me and this bitch might break up like in 2 months, and then I gotta regroup the roster back up together. Let me just go ahead and keep maybe 1 or 2 on the side.
And you even say it yourself. You always say, "Oh, if they have
men
the ability
to
keep their hoes or to get hoes." So why would y'all be so quick to give it up when y'all feeling happy, knowing it's only the honeymoon stage of the relationship?
Hold on.
Thank you, Alex.
No, hold up. Listen. What I say and what most dudes do are two different things. Okay? So most dudes do not get women at all.
Really? They don't?
I'm so tired of explaining this.
No, you're not. Continue.
I really am, because like y'all think that every dude's just out here as some Casanova, be having 3 or 4 different women in the cut, that's sleeping with them all the time.
That's not what I said, or that's not necessarily what I think.
Then what do you imply?
Majority of, because you're making it seem like the average man can't mess with multiple women or they can't get women. You already know, as you say, women love bums and all this other stuff. They're able to, like, it's not. No.
Okay.
So is it more? I'm saying maybe it's not as often as a woman might think.
Let's unpack this real quick, Alex. When I say women love bums, what do you think that I mean by that statement?
What do you mean? Like the ones who ain't shit.
Right. So you're trying to say that a woman can be with a bum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think when you're saying a bum, are you saying things that like they're broke, they can't do anything for the woman, this, that, and the third, right?
All the above.
So you're saying that should allude to the fact that they shouldn't be able to get women, right?
No, I'm saying it alludes to the fact that that's how they get women, because we know how many bums are actually out here. Like you always say, it's a lot of bums and everything else. So I'm just saying, I feel like that proves the point. As many as them are they out, as many of them that are out here to the women that they get, it's no way a lot of men don't have multiple. Maybe it's not as high as women think, but I'm saying it's still out there.
But listen, most men are not bums though. And even with that man being a bum, it's in a context. Remember, just because he's a bum doesn't mean he makes a great long-term partner. But what do bums do? Bums treat women like bums. Remember, women want guys that are better than them, even if that better is perception. A man might not have a window to like, he might not have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, but he will act like he's above that woman, and women are innately attracted to that. So a guy might be sleeping on the couch, or whatever the case is, but he talks to the woman crazy, makes her feel low about herself, and that arouses the woman innately because it signals that I'm better than you, even though he's not. But most men don't treat women like that. Look at the Pookies, Ray Ray phenomenon in the black community. Most of these guys don't have jobs, be trapping all day, out on the corner. But as I always ask you guys, have you ever seen a man like that does not have multiple baby moms?
Yeah.
You're going to point that one exception to like everybody that's out there, and I don't want to hear that.
The exception proves the rule.
Thank you.
Like anytime somebody say, "Well, I know one," or "Well, or my friend," it proves the rule.
And Kevin Samuels always said this. He said 51% of black men are single, childless, and in the middle class. And middle class in this instance is $50,000 a year or more. Okay, so those men, the majority of them are single. But a Tyrone, a Pookie, or Ray Ray, I can't name one that don't got multiple kids or have multiple women running behind them.
So they can't be a Tyrone, Pookie, or Ray Ray just because they're in that percentile. That doesn't mean they have other shit going on with them. If they're domestic, if they're violent, if they're angry, doesn't that still make them a sort of Tyrone, Pookie, or Ray Ray, just maybe a little bit of a better version? That's what I'm trying to say.
No. Ask your question again, because I'm getting confused. I'm getting lost here.
Okay, so you're saying that it's 50% of
51%.
51%
Our black men are single, childless, and in the middle class.
Yes, and I'm saying basically that they still have their shit, so they might not be the bottom level Tyrone, Pookie, Ray Ray, maybe a little higher of a tier, but they're still a Tyrone, Pookie, or Ray Ray.
Most black men, I would argue, are probably not Tyrone, Pookies, and Ray Rays. I'm talking about the hyper masculine, not even hyper masculine, hyper emotional street dudes that lack emotional control.
Hood niggas.
Exactly.
Ooh, can I say that?
No, you can. Okay. But most black men are just average guys. You know, they're blue collar workers, might do UPS, might be a plumber, something like that. It's just kind of going to work, doing their thing. But my point is, I would argue that more of these hyper emotional street dudes are reproducing than average, just okay black men. I'm talking about the guy that works at Amazon that, you know, does sports betting, smokes weed, just comes home and chills, doesn't do any of that stuff. Okay. Most of these guys are not in relationships. And it's just so funny that y'all always look at the street guys, the Drakes, whoever the case is, these guys on Instagram, and you assume that's all guys, and it's not. The majority of guys do not have anything. And I feel like I beat this point to death on the podcast every single time. But I want you to literally go in one day, go on YouTube, go on like social media and type in how to get a woman. You will see thousands of articles, thousands of podcasts, even ones like this that come up all the time. There are no podcasts on the opposite end where a woman's saying how to get a man. It might be one to say how to get a rich man, how to become a wife, stuff like that. But even with that being said, those numbers are dwarfed compared to how many there are for men teaching them how to get women. And if there wasn't a market for that, there would be no consumption of that. But you guys are so blind to your reality because you see Drake, because you see Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray slaying. Because you would have multiple women, you assume that to every guy. It's the apex fallacy.
Yeah, I've had a girl say like all men are hoes. I'm like, I don't know how you came to that conclusion.
Like, and see, Mike, we talk about this all the time too, bro. It's like, even with the knowledge that we have with women, sometimes we still go through dry spells.
Oh yeah.
And it's not a dry spell as in like we don't have nothing, but it's not like you running 5 or 6 different women in and out of the house. Sometimes it's just that same 2 or 3 you've been messing with.
Sometimes it be one.
Sometimes
it be 0. You know what I'm saying? Got to bounce back.
And unless you in that like that Drake that Drake tier level of just that being that dude, you're gonna go through a dry spell, man. It's just inevitable. A woman never will go through a dry spell. She'll go through a dry spell of maybe commitment, which is what you guys want, but she'll never go through a sex dry spell whatsoever. Because I don't care how fat you are, how ugly you are as a woman, you can always give away some vagina, without exception. You can never always give away some dick, unless the dick has some value. Pause. That was crazy.
That actually was kind of crazy.
You got an opinion?
However, although I've listened to everything that you said, I still believe that women would give up their hoes.
Yes.
We agree with you, Alex.
I agree with you as well, Alex.
But that was
Absolutely.
I loved your points. I listened to
Yeah,
them.
great points.
No,
Yeah,
if
totally
okay,
great.
fellas, listen. You can listen to these girls horse all you want to, but if you really want to know, I won't advise this, but just do it one day. Go through your girl's phone. I want you to go through the Instagram, the messages, Facebook, all the social media, and I promise you, there will be something in there that you do not approve of. I guarantee it. And if I'm lying, you come back and I'll send me a DM.
Paranoid.
Is this on the girl's end, or do you mean where it's just dudes throwing dick at her? Pause.
You mean like? Oh, I see what you're saying, bro. My point is whether it's a dude that your girl knows wants to have sex with her, or it might have been an ex that she might have agreed to do something with, go out on a date with. It's something that your girl did to a dude in her phone that you would not approve of. Whether having a late night conversation, whether they went on a date at some point, whether they worked out together, something your girl did and that you would not be like, man, I ain't cool with that. I promise you, I'm not going to lie to you. I lie for you before I lie to you, bro.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
No, I'll be quiet. It's fine.
Because you ain't got no point to prove. I mean,
It's not about not having a point to prove, but I'm just like, this is creating paranoia. I think some of these men out here are gonna be paranoid as shit.
No.
They're gonna be like, "Oh God, she talked about her boss. Oh, she must be cheating on me or something." That's
a good point. But what's the serenity prayer? Somebody would cite that to me.
This is paranoia.
It's just like accepting the things you cannot change.
And you can't get mad at a female for having a past neither. Like, okay, you might.
I'm not talking about the past.
Okay.
Not what he was talking about.
Okay.
But remember, the serenity prayer says, God, help me accept the things that I cannot change. The things you cannot change about women, they're hyper emotional, they're prone to emotional outbursts, and they're just going to do things based on their emotional state at the time. I understand that's how a woman is. It is not being paranoid. It's just saying, hey, look, my girl going to be doing some stuff I wouldn't approve of. It is what it is. Accept it and move on and accept reality. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying to be paranoid and go out there searching for something. But my point is, don't be naive. Naivety is what's going to mess you up. Not being the paranoid is being naive. And see, Mike, we talked about this earlier, bro. It's accepting things sometimes. You know what? Women, they do what they do.
Yep.
They're going to love you today, hate you tomorrow, and vice versa. This is what they do, bro.
And she's going to get bored at
Facts.
some point.
Facts.
She going to want some new. Not saying she going to go get it, but she's going to want some new. So
you know what?
Just understand that, bro. Life is better when you just understand that.
And you accept it.
And you accept it.
You accept it, bro.
This is going to get boring. Y'all going to be doing the same positions. Y'all going to have the same routine when you come home. You might be busy. She might want some attention. You ain't giving it to her at this point. You working on a project at work.
And you know what, bro? I've learned that girls are endless voids of just unhappiness.
Is that not true? Is that not true?
Not always. Okay, not always.
She didn't even say it's not true.
She didn't say
I said not always. It depends on what female you're dealing with.
She didn't even say it's not true. And guess what, fellas? you're gonna get bored of her ass too.
That's what I was gonna say.
You might want some new chicks. And I'm not telling you to get some new chicks.
better not.
Might want some.
She might not be giving you the attention you want.
That's why you communicate.
So it's both ways, but like that's where communication comes in.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why God made women this way. They not gonna say shit. They gonna want you to read their mind. They gonna want you to know. How the fuck you supposed to know you need more attention if you don't say nothing?
Who
And you acting like cool.
nobody
See,
operates
Marty.
like
Nobody operates with communicating with their partner.
that. No, I'm talking about
Make it
nobody operates
known.
with just sitting there and saying, "I'm gonna wait till he like pissed."
You,
No,
how
I'ma
many
be like-
how many
I'm
women
like,
have you
hey,
dated? How many
hey,
women have you dated?
I'm upset.
Look.
How many women have you dated?
Look, that's
None, but like,
Exactly.
but I'm just
Oh,
that's the woman that you deal with. Now get back here.
It's been a while since CMarty walked out.
No,